Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. We are on day 18. Oh my gosh, let me tell you about last night, okay? Okay, so because we had grandparents here last night, we slept downstairs and one of the rooms was like a double bunk, like a double full-size bed. Well, that's not enough for our family. Casey wanted to sleep on the top bunk and I was like, there is no way that I am going to sleep underneath you, and every time you move I'm gonna be just riddled with the anxiety of the possibility that this bunk could fall apart and you could land on me and the girls. It's just not gonna happen. So the girls and I slept on the pull-out. Was like literally sleeping on springs. It was bad. Like Vida couldn't even fall asleep last night because she was like uncomfortable. So that was fun. I wouldn't say I really rested, but I slept. We had a nice little country breakfast this morning, and then Casey's grand and his aunt just left. So everybody's getting dressed and we're ready to head out to like the town part to just look around and see what's good. We got some tickets to ride this little thing that cruises up and down the mountain. Apparently there's an ice skating rink and all kinds of stuff, so we're looking forward to that. We'll just see how the day goes, and you're coming along, so let's go.
Relax. Relax, y'all.
We are in line to get on the tramway. They have like these little bumper things that we're looking at. There's ice skating, restaurants, like I guess all of this is once you go up. So we'll see. Right now we're in line. It says about 20 minutes. I have no idea what to expect. We're just literally going in.
We gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim.
Okay, what did you guys think about being on that?
I felt like I was gonna die.
I feel like I was going to die.
Is there a house up there?
No,
no.
it's down.
No, it's down.
We're higher up in the mountain.
Yeah, they packed us in that tramway. They said that 120 people fit in there, so we were packed in. It was so hot. Thankfully they opened up a window, which was really nice, but I did not know that every time you pass one of the towers, it shakes the tram. And how did you feel about when it moved, Ellie?
Like I was going to die.
Yeah, it was not good. It did not feel good. Anyway, it was interesting. Everybody's like making political comments when we're in there, which is like, I mean, it's pretty true. We're packed in like that. And like, in case you're wondering how it's going, not so great. For one, it feels like we stepped into like hot tub time machine. It is so 80s in here. I think there's just like so much going on. It's really overstimulating. I know Casey and I feel overstimulated and I'm doing my very best to stay pretty grounded in that. But Ollie's already crying about wanting like a $60 pocket knife that just like doesn't make sense to buy, you know? So Casey's trying to calm him right now, and Vida wants me to only carry her, which is really hard because she's like not that little anymore. So I'm carrying her. There's just too much going on, and I think we're probably just gonna call it and go home because like it's just not working out. And Viv wanted to ice skate, but Casey's got a hurt ankle. I don't know how to ice skate, and I can do it, but I don't know.
is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring, it will always be Christmas in my heart.
I like to see a fucking bird and a bobcat.
No bears. Hardly a bobcat. You got to see a gold eagle eating. Don't know where anything else is. It's really
I was totally
very
trying to
depressing.
I totally started the knocking though. Like a little kid.
I figured you
This
did.
is bullshit.
In Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, and that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is.
All right, friends, happy Sunday. We are on day 19. We just got home from the mountains, and unfortunately, I literally just found the camera charger and the extra battery was sitting right next to where I had the bags to go. So my battery died midday yesterday, and so I wasn't really able to vlog everything. So today's vlog is a mix of day 18 and 19. Happy to be home. We're gonna get settled in really quick and we'll finish out the day. Alright, so let's catch up, shall we? We just kind of settled in a little bit. So we got some bad news yesterday. Our two oldest dogs, Penny and Emma, got into a fight while the dog sitter had just come to let them out. And I mean, really, the timing of it was a blessing, because had they gotten into a fight while they were both in the garage on their own, I mean, they're the oldest and they are generally pretty chill. Every once in a while, like, they just get on each other's nerves. I've always said that Penny was an only child and she just didn't like Emma because she came in and ruined that for her. So our dog sitter said that, like, she literally was letting the two little dogs out, and when she turned around, they were at each other's faces. So Penny's got a pretty bad wound on top of her nose, like on her snout, and she's got some blood in her ear that's making her kind of like tilt her head. She won't really let me get in there to get a good look at it. I can't see like any other wounds on her, but she's not feeling well. You can just absolutely tell that she's in pain. So we are in line to get her into the emergency vet, but apparently they're really busy, so we will see when we are able to get in to get her seen. Overall, we had a really good trip. There were parts of it that were pretty overstimulating. I think it just in general is like you'll see, well, you saw some of the footage where we were in the tramway and it's just packed in there. Which is just like, I just don't like people standing that close to me in general ever. So to be packed in that and then to have this thing just like moving as you're going up the mountain is unsettling. Ollie had a little bit of a hard time with certain things. And it was overstimulating. You know, for us, I think we were used to it. I think for my mother-in-law, obviously she's not around. I mean, like, it's just them two and their animals, and so she's not at all accustomed to the yelling and the loud voices and all of that. So it overstimulated her. And she definitely made some remarks while we were there that I was prepared for, but nevertheless, like, as a parent, I think you just never want to hear somebody's like judging your kids. Essentially, is what it comes down to. And I spoke about it a little bit on my Instagram yesterday, that like she made some comments to me that were, I felt, inappropriate, not out of character for her though. And she, and I was upset about it, to be honest. And after, you know, I thought on it and just kind of calmed myself down. And in the morning when I meditated on it, like, Spirit was very clear with me about the lessons surrounding that. And I knew going into it that there was going to be some lessons there, which I'm open to, and I want to know, you know, like, what is that? But I noticed how I was very quick to withdraw any sense of compassion because I felt attacked. And Spirit showed me how the sound trigger is triggering her, and it immediately sends her into fight or flight, which it did. So like once the sound escalated to a certain point, she literally couldn't do anything but to separate herself and go to her room. And it's unfortunate. And I thought to myself, like, obviously we as parents it's not that we have to deal with it, but we don't really have a choice. We either start yelling back at the children, or we figure out how to navigate and teach them how to regulate, even if we're having to self-regulate at the same time. And that's not easy. And I was finding myself, or Spirit was showing me how I was holding her to this expectation of being a grandparent, that they should be kind and gentle and all of these things, and not understanding that she's not able to do that. And she was literally fighting for her life in that time. And that's what, like, to me, I was like, okay, I understand. Like, I understand. And in the, you know, the comments and judgments even, like, that doesn't have the ability to affect me like it used to. And it kind of started to, right? But when I sat with what Spirit was showing me and the lessons that I needed to learn from this weekend, I really thought to myself, like, yeah, I mean, her comments don't really like faze me anymore, because it doesn't have anything to do with how I parent and my children. And so anyways, we overall had a good weekend. We woke up and it was super foggy, like all around the cabin. It was really beautiful. The air was just crisp and it was cold today. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stay longer because our dog sitter was not available for this evening, but we still had a good time. I think if we were to go back up to the mountains, we would visit a different side, because this was like really retro. I mean, like, everything looked super 80s. It was like cream and brown. The carpet looked like it had been there for probably as many years as I've been alive. It was interesting, to say the least. We tried to do the like animal encounter thing, because we didn't see any bears in the wild, but we were hoping to see some bears there. Literally nothing. We saw a golden eagle and that was it. So if you're going, do not waste your money on paying the $40 to take your family to the back area to see where they have the animals, because we didn't see anything. Let me see. So yeah, like, the tram one going up was pretty cool. It's a really interesting view. Overall, if I were to go back, I would spend more time hiking. I would visit a different side that was probably a little bit less touristy and more calm and serene. My meditations were beautiful out there, I will say that. And it was raining both mornings. So to just sit out there with like this cool crisp air, and it's raining, and the air was amazing. So anyways, we did come home to our dogs being pretty upset and they're out of character, and obviously that fight on top of us just coming home from being gone. So we're trying to get everybody settled in. My mother-in-law sent us home with some spaghetti, so I'm literally just having to make some noodles, and that'll be perfect for us. But yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully Penny will be doing better. As soon as I get everything kind of squared away, I'm gonna give her a little bit more Reiki. I gave her some already to help settle her, and she seems like she's doing okay right now. Definitely a little bit better than she was when I first saw her, because she was not really wanting to move. Oh. We're just out here like living life, guys, showing up to everything that every responsibility and obstacle. We're just like, we really just don't have another I wouldn't want to have another choice, I suppose. Then I wouldn't want to choose anything other than to continue to show up and to do my best. And that being able to be in a space in my life in which I can show up to my obstacles and figure out a way around them, is beautiful. And it's unfortunate that there are still some people who are not able to rise and to meet their obstacles. And instead of allowing that to create a separation in relationships, and more so within myself to disconnect me from my love and compassion, I am praying for the ability to extend my compassion to others, knowing very well that I am fully capable of holding my own energy, and that other people's thoughts, opinions, judgments, ways of being ultimately do not have to affect what goes on inside and how I parent, how I live my life. So, all right, friends, that is day 18 and 19. I'm sorry that I left my battery charger at home. I really wanted to show you so much more. It was really beautiful. But that was our weekend, and tomorrow we're back into our normal routine. So see you tomorrow for day 20.